Welcome back to the WHTV broadcast.
I'm Lucas Sweeney.
And I'm Jacob Wyndham.
And our first story is about Lit Fest.
What's going on, guys? Jake Fletcher here. This week we took a look into Timberland's annual Lit Fest. Let's go check it out.
Lit Fest is an annual event planned by Miss Farron's contemporary literature classes. The event's purpose is to expose students to a different type of literature they might not otherwise look into without the event. Now let's head into an interview with Miss Farron and hear what she has to say about Lit Fest.
Lit Fest from a teacher's perspective is a lot of work, but it's also a lot of fun. My contemporary lit classes, do a lot of the work for me. They're usually the ones who actually want the event. But it is really cool to do something that is for the whole school. So every year we do Lit Fest. Actually, Mrs. George at Holt was the original Lit Fest idea person who came to me and said, hey, we should do this at our schools. And so we made it happen that first year, and it was kind of a trial basis. And we just got such a great response from students that they enjoyed seeing presenters, that they were inspired.
Now let's head into an interview with junior Alex Bernstein and hear what he has to say about Lit Fest.
Lit Fest for the past 2 years, and including this year, and I think the last year was better because we had other people from other schools and other things like that join in and not just have the school to ourselves.
Now let's jump into an interview with senior and contemporary literature student Emily Joseph about what she has to say about this year's Lit Fest.
We had to have a lot of communication skills so that we know what to do and how to plan it accordingly. My favorite part about Lit Fest was seeing all the talent that Timberland has.
That's all for this week's story on Lit Fest. Now let's go back to the studio.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm just lip-syncing my favorite song.
Just like the lip sync battle we just had?
Exactly like the lip-sync battle we just had. Let's see some more about that.
This week we decided to look into Timberland's 3rd annual lip sync battle. Let's go check it out.
Starting in 2016 with Season 1, Stuco has hosted Timberland Idol. Students or staff can participate in lip sync battles to fight for first. Meg Orton from Stuco talks to us about their event and the preparation process that goes along with it.
Timberland has a lip sync battle to help bring the student body together. I mean, everyone loves to be silly and to watch all their friends do a bunch of fun, crazy things, and it gives us the opportunity to all bond while doing that. We have to get the student body to respond and want to contribute, so we put out polls to see who's going to sign up and then have a Google form. Once we have all our acts, we figure out what songs they're doing, the order they're going to go in, write a script for the show, and we get decorations, so we get judges, and then we get people to come and see it, and usually it's a pretty good turnout.
There is a judges panel to watch acts and see who is willing to move on to round 2. Mr. Porter gives us some details on how he got on the panel and his experience on it.
Last year, I was invited or asked by a few Stuco members to help judge the lip sync battle, and I went and had a great time. I brought my son along, and seeing the students outside the classroom all day long, I just see them sitting there, reading Hamlet and enjoying that. But then to get to see them dancing, acting, and singing and having a good time, that's fun for us teachers to see another side of the students.
Among the winning group is Chase Nelson, who we asked what made their routine the winning one.
The preparation we put in beforehand to make it the most fun, and the fact that we were all having fun while doing it, it was able to allow the audience to have fun while watching.
According to Stuco, they are planning to have Timberland Idol for many years to come.
And I'm Lexi Jackson with Megan Mueller behind the camera. Back to the studio.
Hey Alexa, let's get funky.
There's no Alexa here. At all.
Hey Alexa, let's see our next story about home devices.
Hey Timberland, it's Ravi Manor, and today I'm talking about special home devices such as Google Home and Amazon Alexa. Let's get right to the story.
I have a Amazon Alexa. To get updates on everything about the NBA, weather, and just sports in general, news. I heard about the Amazon Alexa from Best Buy because I was just up there one night and I saw it and it was cool.
The home device I have is a Google speaker. I mostly use the Google Home device for listening to music.
In a recent survey, we found that more than 50% of the school did not think that home devices would help with school purposes.
I don't think it would be useful because there's the only thing you can do on it is basically Google stuff, so it would just be giving you the answers. My favorite feature is being able to just look up anything you want using your voice. You wouldn't have to go on your phone and type it in or anything like that, you just say it.
Thanks for watching this news segment. Now back to the studio.
You like free college?
I actually love free college.
Do you want to know how to get it?
Yeah?
Then check out this next segment.
Thanks, Lucas and Jacob. This week we talked to Mrs. Nielsen and members of the A+ program. Let's go check it out.
The A+ program is a program here at Timberland High School. It's put on by the Missouri Department of Education. They supply recognition for hardworking students looking to go to college.
Students who have shown success in high school by maintaining at least a 2.5 GPA, completing 50 hours of tutoring for the Wentzville School District, keeping good citizenship, showing proficiency in math, and by completing all of those requirements, students then are able to attend a community college and get their tuition covered.
I went to Stone Creek Elementary School and talked to Miss Becky Curley and Bailey Behrens, who both are a part of the A+ program.
The person that helps me with this program is Bailey. She's a senior this year, and she started working in my room in September. She comes in about 4 days a week for an hour at a time and works with small groups of students. I would recommend participating in this program because it helps, obviously, with your college tuition. It's also a great volunteer experience. It will always look good on a resume or if you're applying to school. And I just think it's a great opportunity to come in and work with kids. Maybe if you're planning on going into the education field, this is also a great time to come in and spend some hours working with children and seeing how you like it.
I come here, I usually come for like an hour to 45 minutes every day after school. And I just kind of sit wherever in the room and I like work with them on the dry erase board or with flashcards and stuff and help them with like mostly letters and numbers. I love working with the kids. It's fun. I have so much fun doing it.
In order to get more information on this program, you can email Mrs. Nielsen. The next tutoring training day will be January 8th after school in room 163.
That's all we have for this week. Back to the studio.
Hey, what's your opinion on turtlenecks?
Well, I do like turtlenecks, but often they are a little uncomfortable around the neck region.
Oh, well, recently I went around Timberland asking students what their opinion was.
Hello, my name is Jacob Wyndham, and today we'll be getting Timberland's opinion on turtlenecks.
The colder it gets outside, the more we may seem to witness people fashioning a turtleneck. As the popularity of the clothing grows, a question arises. Are turtlenecks the way to go for Timberland?
They're too constricting. Like I've got a boa constrictor around my neck. They're cute. I'm not going to judge somebody for wearing a turtleneck, but they're just not for me. And supposedly they keep your neck warmer, and I do think if your neck is warm, like the rest of your body feels warm. And some people say it's good for singers to keep that area warm, but I just feel like I gotta pull it away if I'm wearing it. It's too much.
Let's see what a student of Timberland with opposing views has to say.
I've seen them work on a lot of girls and men alike, so, you know, I'm down for whatever. Just wear them, you know, it's holiday season, get crazy, go crazy, just have fun, you know, it's whatever.
Timberland isn't the only place that has opinions on turtlenecks, though. As Notre Dame basketball coach Mike Bray stopped wearing his signature turtlenecks, some fans started to question why he had stopped. But others, such as Notre Dame point guard Matt Farrell, seemed to enjoy it. When questioned about the topic, he said things such as, "I love that," and "Who cares? Just let it ride." There is also a student at Timberland who holds a strong belief over turtlenecks. He says that
turtlenecks are right for winter, but wrong for Timberland.
Whether you despise them or you're rather fond of them, there's no denying that the people of the world will never fully agree on turtlenecks.
That concludes this week's fashion segment. Let's send this one back to the studio.
My favorite Christmas song is Step Into Christmas by Elton John.
Jingle bells, Batman smells, right?
Our next story is about Timberland students and what their favorite Christmas songs are.
I'm Bryn Laspy reporting this week with Your Man on the Street.
Carols were first sung in Europe thousands of years ago, but these were not Christmas carols. They were pagan songs, sung at the winter solstice celebrations as people danced around stone circles. The word carol actually means dance or a song of praise and joy. Carols used to be written and sung during all 4 seasons, but only the tradition of singing them at Christmas has really survived. We were curious what Christmas songs have stuck around today.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh.
Silent night, holy night.
Had a very shiny nose.
Like a light bulb.
Rocking around Christmas tree, the Christmas party hop.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in the one-horse open sleigh.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose.
Jingle bells, we jingle all the way.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. All I want for Christmas is you.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
I just want you for my own, more than you can ever know. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful.
Jingle bells, jingle bells.
That's not how you sing Jingle Bells.
Oh, it's not?
No.
How do you sing jingle bells?
Jingle bells,
Jingle all the way.
Oh, what fun it is
to ride in one open sleigh.
So it's official that caroling has stuck around. Even though these songs aren't the originals, they still support the ways of the Europeans from years ago. I'm Bryn Lasby with Your Man on the Street. Now back to the studio.
I'm a pirate.
No, don't hurt me, Mr. Pirate.
Give me your gold.
I don't have treasure.
That entire intro was 100% improv. And speaking of improv, that's the topic of our next story.
Thanks, Lucas and Jacob. Last week, Timberland had their second improv show of the year, and this week I decided to go check it out. Theater is just one of the 40-plus clubs here at Timberland. There are several ways to get involved in theater, and one of those ways is through improv. Improv is defined as the art of acting out a skit without any previous preparation. To get more information about this club, we decided to ask a few of its members of what it's all about.
I joined improv because I wasn't too sure about joining theater, and improv kind of seemed like a good gateway. I like being in improv because it's really fun. The people that are in improv are all really nice and encouraging, and the show nights are always a blast. I've had some really fun experiences with improv shows. I've made a ton of really good friends while participating in improv. I've had a lot of really funny scenes and learned from a lot of other really good improvers. I would recommend anyone who thinks they're a little funny, has a lot of confidence, and doesn't mind being on a stage.
There are many returning members this year in improv, as well as a group of freshmen looking to get involved at school. We interviewed Emma Gordon and Lucas Redger about their experience so far being a part of improv.
I joined improv because I was in the fall play, and all of my friends were doing it, so I thought might as well give it a shot. So it just ended up being this fun experience that I didn't really expect to happen. I've only been in one improv show being a freshman, but it was really fun and a cool experience, and a lot of people came, and it was just fun to see the audience interact with the improvers. My favorite part is probably when you get your team and you all just become a big family and you guys start to have just natural comedy, and it's really fun.
I've always wanted to do stuff like that. I've always wanted to be in theater type of stuff, and I don't know, I figured that improv was a good place to start. It's just so much fun doing it. The people there are great. There's all sorts of funny stuff that happens. It's fun. It was a whole lot of fun because my friends were there and they saw it and they thought it was good, and well, it's just a whole lot of fun doing the shows too because you actually get reactions from people, and it's a lot of fun.
For anyone interested in joining improv, you can follow their Twitter at ThespiansTHS for any information about upcoming shows and auditions. That's all we have for this week. I'm Megan Mueller with Lexi Jackson behind the camera. Now back to the studio.
You know, if I had a real flag in my hands right there, that would have looked exactly like Winter Guard.
Winter Guard? Let's hear some more about that with Aubrey Nolan.
Hello everybody, my name is Aubrey Nolan, and today we will be checking out Winter Guard. Winter Guard is basically a team of different people from around the school who train and practice a lot, various nights of the week to put together a show with various pieces of color guard equipment such as flags and rifles and sabers to express whatever the show is really about. Winter Guard impacts the school because it's bringing a lot of different personalities together and a lot of people who don't really know how to fit in. They seem to get more out of their shell and become more comfortable around people in Winter Guard. And just Guard as a whole is just really fun, and it makes people realize that we do work hard and that it's a fun thing to be a part of.
Winter Guard is an indoor color guard program, and we usually perform with a band in fall, but we have a separate program inside, and we compete against different schools around the region, and sometimes we go on the state level, and it's a lot of fun.
Basically, we audition normally with dance and flag, and as you continue with your seasons, you can start spinning weapon, which is rifle and saber. Rifle is basically a wooden gun and saber is a sword. It's pretty cool. But we compete, we learn a full song of choreography, and we do about 6 to 5 competitions a season. I thought it was a really interesting thing whenever I would go to football games and I would see the color guard with the marching band, and I thought it was really cool now that they were isolated from the band in winter and just compete among other color guards. So I thought it would be a really fun activity or sport to join.
Winter Guard auditions were the first week of December, and Winter Guard will continue throughout the winter.
That's all I have for today. Now back to the studio.
Hi, I'm Sanjana Taylor, and I'll be going to depth on the popular clothing brands here at Timberland High School.
I decided to go in depth about what clothing brands are popular here at Timberland. I interviewed a few students to find out more.
I wear a lot of American Eagle, Express, and Mod. I wear a lot of sweaters from there, jeans, and a lot of dresses and like oversized t-shirts.
After talking to some girls, there was a general consensus that a popular clothing brand among girls is Lululemon, specifically their leggings, shirts, and shorts.
My favorite clothing brands are Tommy, Nike, Adidas, Vans, Patagonia.
My favorite brands are anything that fits well. So Adidas, Nike, North Face. I like American Eagle, they have good jeans. Converse, Vans, all the above.
Another popular brand is Vans. They sell canvas shoes that go with pretty much any casual outfit. Their best-selling item is white slip-on Vans and black and white checkered Vans. The brand is unisex, so they can be worn by guys and girls.
Reporting for WHTV News, back to the studio.
Now to end our broadcast,
we'll cut to a short PSA about getting enough sleep. Have you ever been so tired at school that you're basically falling asleep?
yes?
Well, maybe you should have gotten some sleep last night. Sleep is very important, and students should be getting 8 hours every night. And I know, there are so many things you could be doing instead of sleeping. For example, you could eat some cereal, watch TV, go to the park or swim in the sea, drink some water, do a pull-up, call your ex, then hug and make up, build a fort inside of a Walmart, do your homework, read the side chart, turn on Netflix, watch for hours, stay up late and smell some flowers, listen to Drake and Post Malone, look at Joe Pesci and Home Alone, play piano, eat a fruit snack, have a big panic attack, go to IHOP, order pancakes, get paper and make snowflakes, tase yourself or tase your friend, but don't tase that Mercedes-Benz, go to Goodwill, buy a Minion, move to Virginia, become a Virginian, put on pants one leg at a time, struggle to find lyrics that rhyme, but none of those are more fun than sleep. And remember, sleep can help prevent cancer, reduce stress, improve your memory, and overall make you feel better, so put down the coffee, turn off the lights, and get ready to recharge your brain. Have a nice week.